I think you should not have the bow. Don't.
You don't like the bow?
No, I don't.
Okay, no bow.
One eternity later.
Chewing mint, literally. Okay,
Can
so
you hear that?
what's the SML? NR.
A few moments later.
So with our In Conversation with series today, I have Jinny O from Wandr.
Hi guys.
Hi, Jinny. It's been so long.
Yeah, I know.
How have you been?
I've been good. I've been cooped up in my apartment here in LA.
I know, and I love it. It's so nice.
Thank you. I've been cooped up here since like the beginning of quarantine, basically. So it's been good. It's been a roller coaster ride, I would say.
Yeah.
How about you?
I've been good, but working from home and not seeing everyone while we're working together is a little bit hard. So that's why I also kind of want to talk to you and get your advice and tips.
Yeah.
On I know you were an expert at traveling and working and managing employees and everything.
Yep.
So what was your remote CEO lifestyle like?
Yeah, so I was literally traveling nonstop.
Yeah.
Every month I was at a new destination. I was like averaging like 50 flights a year, basically. So I went from that to just being cooped up here in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I started my company to be fully remote. So we have been remote for the last 6 years.
I'm so sorry. Can you talk about Wandr so people know?
Yeah. So we are a product strategy and user experience design firm. So we work with a lot of enterprise software on how they can build better user experience and better design team as well. Yeah.
So how did you handle all that while you were traveling?
So like I said, I've been scaling remotely since day one. So for us, it's been nothing different since COVID. We hire people from all over the world, and it's a lot of.
I remember you were interviewing somebody when you remember that one time, I forgot where you were, but you got out of the airport. You were in a taxi, and you're like, I'm gonna interview somebody right now, like on my phone.
What?
Yeah, and then like you screenshot it to me. I was like, this girl is nuts. I don't know how she does it.
I don't remember that story.
Really? I have to go back and find the images.
Okay.
You're like on your earpiece or something. You're like, I'm interviewing somebody right now.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, that's pretty normal. But now, like, I feel like I've definitely slowed down quite a bit. So I went from living this like fast lifestyle of like go, where's the next destination? Like, what's the next hire? What's the next client? To like now just like slowing everything down and just really enjoying what COVID has brought for us. And I know a lot of people have been having a lot of difficulties during this time. And even myself, like I went through depression this summer.
Yeah.
But
like this past summer,
like I have cyclical depression and it's kicked back in again without me realizing. But it was a blessing in disguise because I'm sure you've heard a lot of people say like this was a season for them to like kind of face something that was something you can't avoid.
Yeah. Something that's long overdue. And now you just have to deal with it.
Yeah. I'm sure you have too, because you were traveling a lot in Europe and now you're back too. So how's that been for you?
So was this all 2019? It was, huh? Well, you were away and then I was also away.
Yeah,
right before COVID.
We were both traveling a lot.
Yeah. So I actually just got out of a 5.5-year long relationship.
I know what that feels like.
Oh yeah, when I met you, it was like that too.
Yeah.
So that was 2019, and then instead of just staying here and just experiencing what was going on and feeling what was going on, I was like, I can work remote. My team is super supportive, so I'm gonna go travel. So I went to New York, I went to London, I went to Greece, I went everywhere, and I just felt like that was probably a way for me to avoid how I was feeling. But the thing is, we signed our Sephora contract, we signed Bloomingdale's, we signed all these big name department stores, and work-wise, things were going really well. But I feel like my own like emotional and mental health weren't really all there, and it would be like me crying in the shower, thinking about everything that was going on, and then I step out
and it's like boom,
you have no idea. Like I still remember that morning in London. My good friend Sasha hosted a press lunch for us, and so we had like journalists from Vogue, from Net-a-Porter, and all these places. And so I was crying in the shower just like an hour prior, and I had to put on my face, put on my makeup while tearing, and then it's like, okay, no, we have a lunch today. You got this. And then you have to go out there and just put everything behind you. And it's just so hard.
It's like a show. It's like putting on a show almost, because like you can't ever show that like vulnerable side to you, to your team, to your clients or customers. Like, you know, I've gone through that. I go through that pretty periodically where I'm just like by myself in the bathtub. I'm just like, oh my God. And then
that is stressed out.
But as soon as you step out of the bathroom or your bedroom, you're just like, I got this.
Yeah, no, totally.
And you have to. It's like you are the face of the company, and you are, you know, everyone's putting so much pressure, and they depend on you. And you have to like bring that like source of power out.
Right. And then even if they're not putting pressure on me, I feel like
you put it on yourself.
Yes. And you also want your team and staff to be happy. So you don't want them to see your vulnerable and sad side, because then they might be like, oh my God,
something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong. Like, you know, they feel like the support is not there because you are their support. So anyway, so fast forward. Yeah, go ahead.
One more thing, especially like when everyone else is going through that same like mental, emotional challenge, you almost have to be that invincible person and take care and like hold the weight of other people's emotional, whatever they're going through. At least like for me, I felt like I had to like reach out to my team, make sure everyone's okay. And at some point I started to crack because I'm like,
you're putting yourself last.
I'm putting myself last. I'm taking care of everyone else except for myself. So that was a big toll on me this summer.
So after I came back 2019 December, and then right after that was a lockdown. And then I felt like I was forced to just like really face what I wasn't facing before. And the pandemic and everything, I was just like super stressed out. I think we only talked a few times. Because you were so stressed out, and so was I.
And I think we were both like on the extremes of like not seeing anyone.
Totally. And so now things are a little better. Anyways, so tips on remote CEO. I think a lot of people can use that now because of work from home.
Definitely.
And how so what about can you give us some like actual valid tips that actually like worked for you?
Definitely.
Even with time differences and stuff, because I know you were all over the place.
I think one thing that a lot of companies misunderstand is like they feel that you have to do so much to build this remote culture, but it's always about these little things that actually matter the most. So for example, we do like monthly competitions, and they're so small and they cost you nothing. So like as an example, everyone's on Slack, right? So one month we did post a profile photo of your cutest baby profile, right? Or your cutest baby photo. And the cutest baby photo would win like a $25 Amazon gift card.
That's so cute.
Or like last month, what we did was when we do monthly all team meetings, and so we asked like everyone to come themed. So January was winter Wonderland. So, and it was so funny because like some people dressed up as Bernie, and I just thought like, that's weird. They're wearing a mask in the meeting, and it didn't click in my head until after the meeting that he was dressed up like Bernie.
It's like, Jinny, I thought you asked me to dress up.
I was like, maybe he's just outdoors somewhere, like he's cold.
That's cute.
So little things like that really go a long way, and you just want people to be involved, and they want to feel like they're part of this like value building. And you can't force it from top down. It's got to be something that's organic. And if you do want to do something that's top down, like do something that's small that can like pick up rapidly.
So those are some really nice tips. So as a female founder and CEO, we have to make decisions every single day for ourselves, our companies, our friends, our families, because they rely on you so much. And then they feel, you know, Jinny, you're smart, you're logical, you make sense, you are well-traveled, you know what's best for you. So
they think that.
So please give me some advice and see what's best for me. So I feel like we're constantly in this like masculine energy mood type of thing. So after traveling, since you've been here, have you been doing that, or do you feel like you've been tapped into your feminine energy a little bit more? Yeah,
I've been going through such a transformation this year. Like as you said, it's a lot of masculine energy, especially the industry that I work in, which is tech. 90% of the people that I that I work with are men. Yeah. They're men. And, you know, and I have to put up some kind of front that like I'm this strong, decisive person. Anytime you show indecisive, I mean, people don't see that. I'm actually super indecisive, but I try not to show that because indecisiveness means weakness. And so this year has been a lot of learning for me to slow down, to really be intentional about the decisions that I make, and also focusing on my personal life as well. So part of that is, you know, how do I take care of my body, my mental health, my overall spiritual, emotional health as well. And it's been, oh my God, like I don't even recognize who I am anymore. Like I've become so feminine. Like it's weird. And you know, Mel even mentioned this. Mel is a good friend of ours. And she said, you know, Jinny, when I first met you, you were very like tough. And now, like, I see a lot of feminine energy in you. And I don't know if you
it's the calmness. It's the calmness.
It's the calmness. It's like slowing down and also just like emotionally too. Like I feel I no longer am like, this is my way and this is my decision. It's more, how can I be inclusive and how can I ask for help? And like asking for help is a very feminine energy that I think is very underestimated, underutilized.
No, that's totally true. And do you remember last week when I came over, I kept saying, I was just like, Jinny, you're still pretty. But not that you were before, you were always pretty, but it just, the energy was so different. It was feminine. It was beautiful. It was very attractive. And it was like, it was different compared to when I first met you. You were also, you know, long hair, very pretty, very like smart, but it was different. It was very strong and tough. You're right. Just like what Mel said, it was very tough.
The hard shell.
So I think definitely a lot of female owners, business owners have been struggling with that. I see a lot of that on forums and blogs. Like they'll ask, how do I turn it off when I go home? Like that boss energy, how do I turn it off? It's in you, it's natural. So you never turn it off, I would say, but it's just you transition into a different energy when you're around different people. Perhaps, you make decisions at work all the time and you have to be fast and you have to stick with it and you have to think about what happens after. But at home, I don't know, around your husband or whoever or family, perhaps
husband, no ring here,
or boyfriend or family.
Just kidding.
So, you know, what was I saying? I was saying, I feel like you have to let the other person to also, and this is for me too, like I have to let the other person not perform, but also listen to them. Like they feel like you're always deciding for them, then they'll just chill out and then they'll just sit back. But that may not be what you want in a partner, right? So
it's a work in progress for sure. I mean, you know, one thing that's really helped me to like tap into my feminine energy is I don't even think about it as feminine and masculine energy. It's more like I don't even know how
the exchange of energies between people.
So what I try to do is anytime I'm in a situation with my boyfriend, I try to put myself in the shoes of like my employees and like, okay, if my employee behaved like this, how would I react as an employer? And that employer relate that back to how my boyfriend is probably feeling now. So for example, if I say this to him, does he feel like I'm being unappreciative of the things that he's given me? So things like that. So like, I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that totally makes sense. It's kind of like putting yourself in their shoe and kind of like role play a little. And how would you feel if that was you were on the receiving end?
Right. Yeah.
So self-care.
And part of that self-care is also taking care of your body as well. We're not getting any younger. I mean, you're like beautiful.
And you are here, you're using Kana.
I am. So part of it has been, and this is really good, like since I've been back in LA, like really focusing on like having a routine skincare, routine like body care. So drinking a ton of water. And then I also do this like ice bucket thing. So
what is that?
Oh, I should have brought it over, but I get like this like bucket full of water and ice.
Don't tell me you put your head in there. Oh my God! Wait, you do that like every morning?
If I remember, like almost every morning,
So ice cold water.
Just ice cold water, you dunk it in for like 10 seconds, come up for a breath,
God.
don't get back in for another 10 seconds.
Who taught you
Splash,
this?
splash. YouTube.
So wait, what's the purpose of this song?
To keep my skin youthful.
Like tight?
Yeah, it's supposed to be tight. So what you want to do is like you wash your face with warm water. Then you get the ice, because the warm water, and then you use soap to like clean off all the dirt, and then you use ice to like tighten up your pores, and then you use your favorite Kana products I have here. Sorry, I'm gonna be a little bit self-promotional or self-promotional for you.
So you'll use the lotus first,
Yeah, so we have the toner and the essence, but my favorite one, because I have super dry skin, and I wish I had a better packaged one, but I use the hemp face oil. This is my favorite.
And she's already finished a bottle, so she just put other stuff in there. No,
don't tell them that. It's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a new one.
Okay.
But
so yeah, lots of oil.
That's good. And I feel like skincare is also like part of the self-care routine too, because you're doing it by yourself. And the moment that you have for, I don't know how long yours is, maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Mine is rather quick, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm sitting in front of the vanity table, and that's like my time, right? And you're feeling your face, you're massaging your face, and you're applying your favorite skincare. It doesn't have to be all Kana. It could be like mixed with other stuff, other brands. I mean,
Never, just Kana.
That's a good friend. Kana supplies for life. But I'm just kidding. So you know what I mean? Like that is like the time that you have for yourself, and whether or not you are thinking about other stuff, that's fine.
Yeah.
Other things that you have to do, but that is just the time that you give yourself. That's a good gift. And for the 3 to 5 minutes that you're, caring for your skin, caring for yourself, that energy carries with you throughout the day too. Yeah. So you're thinking more for yourself, putting yourself first, rather than always doing things for other people. Yeah, I remember back then, I'm like, I don't have time for anything. I didn't make breakfast. I didn't do this because I had to run errands for this guy, for this woman, I meant my mom.
This woman,
I meant my mom. So it was just, I was always putting myself last, and I was just so tired at the end of the day. And so when I found my, I guess my own self-care practice, the first step, it was skincare. So
that's good. Are you guys like coming up with any like bath skincare stuff? Because when I'm stressed out, I take like baths like 4 times a week.
Really?
Yeah, because I just want to disappear into the water.
And CBD baths are really, really good for you too. And it's super relaxing. You literally melt in the bathtub. Yeah. So
am I gonna be able to get up?
Yeah,
or
of
am I
course. You can get up. You can totally get up. Or I can send you like samples that we're making, but nothing is released yet.
Oh, very cool. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be the first one.
So what's coming up for you and Wandr?
Yeah, so I'm actually really focused on getting my own time back. I've been building this company for the last 6 years. It's been a long journey. So this quarter, I'm trying to hand off as much as possible to my team, and trying to get my time back so that I can, take care of myself and put myself first.
Oh, that's so nice.
And
wait, you've been doing this for the last 6 years?
Yes, and I'm trying to transition you out, girl.
And let me tell you, she's only 28. This is a genius right here. If you haven't worked with her, I don't know who we've been working with, but hit her up, Wandr Studios.
Hey.
So you actually, okay, so what's next?
What's next is that we're going out for happy hour right down the street at Joey's. So if you guys want to join us, come on over.
Okay, I'll talk to you at happy hour.
Sounds good.
You're so weird.